1999, Judd Apatow se met à développer des séries télé. À la recherche d'idées, il reçoit un scénario de son vieux copain Paul Feig, intitulé Freaks and Geeks, et dans lequel celui-ci retrace ses années lycée, non loin de Détroit, au début des impitoyables années 80.
Watch out, Alan. I think she's high on pot.
Yeah, I might just go psycho on you. Wanna try me?
You're dead, all right? As soon as your freak sister isn't around, I'm gonna cream you, man.
You know, you really didn't need to do that. I could have handled it. Yeah, I know.
Impressionné par la maturité du projet et sa puissance émotionnelle, Judd Apatow convainc la chaîne NBC d'en acheter une demi-saison. Il ne se doute pas à quel point l'expérience, bien qu'avortée, sera déterminante pour la suite de sa carrière.
I hate high school.
One of the many reasons why I think I created Freaks and Geeks was because it was a reaction against the way I'd seen high school portrayed, because it just never felt like my experience. I mean, it was either the cool kids who were like dating and having sex and in these kind of like, you know, soap opera worlds, or it was, you know, the nerds who were just like dysfunctional. So all that kind of went into wanting to portray that in the two groups that I felt hadn't been portrayed correctly, which were, you know, the kids without a group, the geeks for lack of a better term, and then the burnouts.
Parmi les jeunes acteurs révélés par la série, beaucoup jouant ici pour la toute première fois, plusieurs noms se détachent. C'est d'abord le cas de Seth Rogen, ado canadien aux allures d'ourson mal léché, qu'Apatow prit rapidement sous son aile jusqu'à en faire un de ses bras droits. C'est aussi le cas de James Franco, qui s'illustra ici en rebelle sans cause, quelques années avant de devenir la star hollywoodienne et l'artiste multifacette que l'on connaît aujourd'hui. Linda Cardellini jouait quant à elle Lindsay Weir, le personnage charnière de Freaks and Geeks. Elle a accepté de revenir avec nous sur le lieu de tournage principal, le lycée Ulysses Grant à Los Angeles. C'est là, bien avant ses rôles dans Urgence ou Mad Men, que tout a commencé pour elle il y a 15 ans.
Judd and Paul were very, very involved, and they cared a lot about us. I think they saw us as sort of these young kids who they felt a responsibility to, which was wonderful for us. At that time, I was up for 2 other shows on the same network, and I got a phone call saying, you know, from one of the executives at the network saying, you know, Freaks and Geeks is probably the longest shot of all of the shows, and you might want to reconsider, because if you go in on Freaks and Geeks first, then you're not eligible for the other 2. And I remember telling my agent that I didn't care, that Freaks and Geeks was the best script that I had read, and I didn't care what it took. I wanted to be able to have the chance to win that part. And funny enough, both of the other shows, although they were supposed to be bigger successes, sort of died and were never heard of again. And Freaks and Geeks, although it didn't end up going a complete full first season, it has sort of never died. It's one of my favorite roles I've ever played.
High school's for learning, but it's also where you should be learning to socialize. That's what school dances are for.
No, they're not. They're just a chance for all the popular kids to get together and experiment with sex in their cars.
Lindsay!
It's true. I mean, if that's what you want me to do, I'd be happy to go.
10 cowbells, 4 brides, 5 snares, man.
Aujourd'hui un des lieutenants du gang Apatow, Jason Segel n'avait que 19 ans lorsqu'il se présenta au casting de Freaks and Geeks pour le rôle de Nick Andropoulos, doux rêveur aux ambitions brisées sur le mur de la réalité. Depuis, Segel a écrit plusieurs films, dont une nouvelle déclinaison du Muppet Show, et a offert son corps de colosse et son sourire d'éternel ado à la célèbre sitcom How I Met Your Mother. C'est sur le tournage d'un des derniers épisodes de cette série que nous l'avons rencontré.
Nice slate, bro.
It can work. It's good.
Yeah, well, the first one was good. The second one was fine. I had this sort of the arrogance and the naivety of youth, you know, and I got this script for Freaks and Geeks, and I saw the title, and I thought, no way, this sounds ridiculous. And then someone told me, no, Judd is involved, you should read it, and I read it, and I just really, really responded to it.
Empreint de mélancolie sous ses dehors comiques, d'une âpreté et d'une densité inédite, Freaks and Geeks est un hymne à la gloire des losers, à tous ces désarmés existentiels envoyés dans la bataille de l'adolescence, dont certains sortiront malgré tout victorieux, quand les autres y perdront leurs illusions. Diffusé à un horaire impossible sur une chaîne aux fortes attentes commerciales, et en profond décalage avec les autres séries adolescentes de l'époque, Freaks and Geeks ne trouve malheureusement pas son public. La direction de NBC ne tarde pas à en menacer l'existence, et Apatow doit se battre pour mener à son terme la série, qui ne comptera finalement que 18 épisodes.
This was back in the days when Judd was a yeller. You know, he doesn't yell anymore, but he would just, you'd hear him off on the phone with the network just screaming at them.
And so the show would get picked up for one episode at a time. And we started out, like the joke on set was we started out with this big, beautiful spread of food.
There's like craft service where they have all the food to eat during the day, and it went from being like lavish deli spreads to just like a box of cereal and some creamer.
And we were getting rushed around, and I think at that point we all kind of knew things might not go our way.
So we made every show like it would be the last one, and every great idea we had, we put it in the show. We weren't saving things for second and third season. We were just jamming everything in, and I think that's why the show is good, because we made it like while staring at the guillotine the whole time.
And so I remember it was right around Christmas time, Judd saying to me, like, look, we're probably going to get canceled. You should write the final episode. Do it now.
It was very sad to have the show only go 18 episodes. We were all devastated because we loved each other so much, and we loved the work that we were doing.
You know, we all thought, oh, if this gets canceled, we'll just go do the next thing that'll be just as special. And you don't realize that you were part of something that doesn't come around very often.
I get, tweets and letters from people all the time who say, oh, Freaks and Geeks changed my life. Freaks and Geeks got me through high school. And I do understand that, or whatever they take from the show, that it's okay to be different, or because people don't acknowledge you, that doesn't mean that you're not special. And maybe that's enough for some people to survive it.
Après cet échec, Apatow produit une autre série, Undeclared, qui prolonge les thématiques de Freaks and Geeks, mais à la fac et dans un format plus court de 22 minutes. Il reprend une partie du cast, découvre de nouveaux talents et fait faire des caméos à quelques complices comme Ben Stiller, Will Ferrell ou Adam Sandler.
Yeah, you should ask Marshall to leave. That guy should go. I can totally hear you guys from over here.
Marshall, go.
I can just
Get the hell out of here, man!
Get out of here!
Go.
Marshall! Just go! Nice meeting you. Get out of here! Go, 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 go!
Elle aussi en avance sur son temps, la série subit le même sort que son aîné, annulée au bout d'une saison en 2003. C'en est trop.